It might even get worse. Let's look at this face breaker.
Yeah, two-man face breaker. Carrier in a little bit of trouble. Actually gets haymaid as well.
Even going to commit the
ignite. That was close. As now we're looking to try and get this dive onto Rascal. He flashes. Turret aggro picked up by Cuz and held onto absolutely beautifully. Great gank up there. And we mentioned that T1 playing around topside should be an inevitability, and so far very successful.
And they're playing around it so well. I mean, this bottom side of the map is super threatening for Gen.G, but you're not actually getting kills. You are going to get a Drake out of this, and even with a little bit of mid control here for Faker, there's just no way that they can punish this. But the trade again here with 6 up.
Yep, Canna actually only needs a Shock Blast and an auto and is just dead. Maybe just an Empowered Shock Blast. Another visit towards the top side. Rascal desperately trying to get towards his turret. Spear is going to miss, and Rascal's now just hopefully trying to deal with these minions. Oh no, knockup does land onto Cuz. He's still got turret aggro, but he's able to hop out of the way to the skies from Canna. He has to flash. Is he just dead? No! Gets the level up just in time.
Cuz gonna look for one more spear. It's not over yet.
Oh, Rascal's gonna get out of the way. Soul Furnace back available once again, and now Klid's finally gonna move on up.
And that was very well played. Very well. Look at the timing of this too.
Yeah, right.
Teddy gets in, out of vision. He is just seen. Pings come down. Klid cannot contest. He's going to look for a smite steal.
Oh, okay. That's not, he just walks up to it and says thanks. Okay, well, that's one way of losing the Rift Herald.
That's unbelievable.
They can get the eye though.
That's unbelievable that happened, Atlas. Like, he actually just walks up and takes it.
Yeah, Cuz gonna have to try and get out of the way here as Klid. BDD finally there. The train leaves the station. I don't think anyone... Oh, yes, it was. So the drive-by collection of the eye was successful there for Rascal. And he wants this, right? He wants to be able to get that plate gold so this Scion can reach relevance a whole lot earlier.
Really, and that's going to be something that Gen.G need to figure out in these mid-game team fights first.
Well, here's a big teleport to come through from Rascal as Shirley is the prize. And now T1 get to set up with their poke. Let's see how it's going to be utilized as Klid dodges that spear. Shock Blast absorbed by Rascal, who's now getting tired. And the spear will connect now as well as
reset.
Shirley is going to reset, and Canna gets to work on this turret. Remember, his W makes it very easy to do a lot of damage to these in a very short period of time.
If somebody gets low like this, it's just so hard to team fight as Gen.G anymore. You know, even though they had the positional advantage and they were in prime position with the the power spike that they have at this point in the game before T1 actually get all their items online, they still just can't do it if T1 gets free poke like that.
Yeah, and I mean this is exactly what T1's comp is designed to do, right? You
and it gets
stand around in the river like this, and they are just going to benefit. What did we see so much last game? Everyone's standing around in the river. I know the weather's getting warm, but I mean, you don't need it that much. You know, we can spend a little bit of time in the mid lane or
you
another
can't
lane.
be here.
Yeah, Klid's just going to quick draw away. Oh, that bubble was so close to being extremely high value. Shirley, speaking of which, is going to be able to lock down that outer turret in the mid lane. And T1 now thinking about moving towards their next objective that they can set up a control around.
Gen.G, these are the kind of Drakes where, because you have 2 advantage and it's Cloud, I don't know if you need to fight this as Gen.G because you're walking into a team that's chipping away at you every step of your way in. And that's, if you get to the Drake, by the time you get there, will you have enough health to fight after that? I don't think the answer is yes. And they are able to dodge that spear, but they need to commit.
Carrier in a little bit of trouble here as Rascal rounds the corner. That is a decent sleep onto Ruler, but no one's able to follow up. Carrier tanking so much damage, and Rascal not able to find the smash. Now is the time when T1 thrives, though, as Faker does find Rascal. They've got so much more sustain. Teddy, not a massive amount of mana, but see the damage? Klid getting chunked. Faker darting forward to find Rascal. They still have vision of this, and Rascal is going to get snared. He's still very tanky, so should be able to get himself out of the way, but has these health bars been taken down low enough? T1 also struggling a little bit. Teddy only has about 1 more. He's the most pickable target right now. As, okay, here comes the train. Another flash comes out from Canna. That was already back up since their last fight. As Chem Tank comes down, great knock up, and Klid should have the damage for this one. Canna just out of position, pushing up a little bit too far. Now Gen.G in a 4 versus 5 scenario, but there's 4 minutes left on this Drake. What are you really fighting for?
Yeah, exactly.
At this stage of the game, as Faker jumps on over, he'll find the bubble. Onto Klid as BDD flashes in front of the Battlestar to keep his jungler alive, and now Ruler finds Faker, who may be overextended. Fate's call is going to land onto the Tom Kent as Faker spends so much time in his belly, but it means that Carrier gives up his life. Scat of the week is good onto Cuz, but that is 2 picks now for Gen.G.
2 picks for Gen.G, but unfortunately there's a bit of against a comp like this where Gen.G can start to snowball a game away from you if you give them too much agency.
Well, BDD going to get snared up. Life now in position to try to defend. Clid makes his way through, and now Teddy might be out of position. Devour going to be used, but now it's on cooldown. Their Scat of the Week canner is dead once again, and here's the re-engage. Ulti comes through Cuz, goes golden to mitigate it. Clid going to survive, and now the showstopper comes in. He's dead, actually, because there's no face call to keep him alive. However, now Faker could be in trouble, and this is not the kind of fighting that T1 wants.
Turret,
Ruler in trouble. Yeah, this turret is 100% the MVP as Pierce does a lot of work onto Faker, and Gen.G are bullied out of the way. Baron, and then they're going to be able to turn and win a 4 versus 3 is okay. Now it's just body blocking. Spear going to connect. Ruler in a little bit of trouble. Does have a lot of life steal, so should be able to just use this wave to get himself back up. Oh no, Cuz! Going to get taken down solo. The Primal Surge was decent, but that orb will finish him off. That's the jungler dead, and now Gen.G might think about heading towards this Baron.
They have good vision control here too, Atlas. I mean, there's nothing for T1. They don't have the vision to actually throw these Battle Stars. They have to throw them blind. Well, they have to contest. They have to contest.
Faker will be able to get extra vision utilizing his portal jump, but 4 versus 5 is so dangerous. Life here looking for a little bit of a flank, and it is just going to be taken by Gen.G. They had the Ren, they had the Smite. No way that T1 could answer, and now maybe out of position as Rascal is hurting Teddy and Carrier. The 2-man face break is beautiful, and now Carrier needs to try and get over the wall, and he spits Teddy out. He might be safe, but BDD says absolutely not. And he's going to be able to find him exactly the perfect teleport. As Gen.G, they're actually just, they're farmers. They're farmers. They're hurting T1 right now.
It's insane, and BDD is playing the series of his life right now. He sets up the pick that goes on to Cuz at the most critical moment.
Right, like Ruler getting tagged by Teddy, that gives you a lot of time. But Clid getting some spare time with a turret is absolutely not what you want, as now T1 stretched a little bit thin, and Gen.G sieging this one beautifully despite their lower range.
They are in such a good position here to just take these turrets out. 30 seconds left on the Baron buff. Oh, look at Life!
Flashing on in, finds the face breaker. Faker has to flash out once again. It's going to be Rascal there driving the train forward, and Faker nowhere that he could go. Dawning Shadow isn't saving anyone as Carrier falls down as well. Teddy does have a fair bit of damage. There are lower health bars, but Gen.G just look inevitable
they look
right
like
now.
They want to end the game right now, Teddy.
Oh dear, Rascal just standing in front of him. Yes, that is a hell of a lot of damage. BDD, you have been so good this game. Cuz and Canna against the world. Can they actually do this? But I don't think the answer is yes. Nexus turret number 2 goes down. Gen.G move to 2-0 against T1 in the playoffs.
What an